Hello everyone, it's Glenda and welcome back to my channel, Creative Grandma. I hope everyone is having a happy and safe Memorial Day weekend. Well, this video is going to be a fun video. I have a blanket that I'm making for Lion Brand that's going to come out in kit form. So let me show you that first. This is Moonstone Blue. This is the new yarn from Lion Brand from the Basic Stitch Antimicrobial, and it's just a beautiful colorway. So here's the design I'm making. There's the stitch pattern, and I'm just now working on the border. So I'm putting the border on, trying to get this done because it's going to be released in like 2 weeks on Lion Brand's website. And once I get the Afghan done and I know how much yarn that I have in it, then I'll post that information in case you want to order your yarn to follow along with the crochet tutorial, because I will be bringing that crochet tutorial to you. I'm filming as I go. So that is one of the projects that I'm working on right now. Now, I'm really excited about two brand new yarns that I ordered from Lion Brand's website. Now, the two yarns that I'm going to show you are classified as test yarns. They're on Lion Brand's website. They are for sale. And when they do a test run of yarn, it's to see how well the yarns do in the stores, online, and if the yarn does extremely well, then hopefully they keep these yarns in stock. And I wasn't sure about them, so I went ahead, I ordered some in because I wanted to know for myself what the yarns were like. So I did open the box, I worked up samples, so this is going to be a yarn swatch video showing you those new yarns, some of the colorways, showing you what they look like worked up, and at the end of the video I am going to throw those samples in the washer and dryer, and I'll give you the test results of the wash and dry instructions. So let's jump right in and let me show you these wonderful new yarns from Lion Brand. So one of the brand new yarns from Lion Brand is the Baby Soft Light. This is a lighter weight version of your favorite baby yarn. This is 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 339 yards, 310 meters. It's 70% premium micro acrylic, 30% nylon. Now it is machine washable and dryable. It's classified as a number 3 lightweight yarn. The yarn is made in Turkey. And this is the color Pink Drink. Now the color number is 207BR. Now the first thing I want to say about this yarn is I love the micro acrylic yarns. I love how it has that tighter spin. It has a plumpness to the yarn that I really like as well. Now, I already made samples using this yarn, and I really enjoyed using this yarn. It has to be one of my newest favorite yarns. It has a very nice soft feel to the yarn. Now, on the label, I was not able to read the hook size. I had my readers on. I still couldn't see what hook size it is. So as I bring it up to the camera and the camera magnifies it, I see that it called for an E4. Now, I do not agree with that recommended hook size. I think that's too small of a hook size. I used a G6 for all my samples, and I still thought I could probably go up a hook size. So just keep that in mind when you're trying a new yarn. Sometimes the recommended hook size might not be the perfect hook size for you. So let's go ahead and get started with my first sample. So this is my first sample, and for this sample I just worked a single crochet row and then a cross single crochet row. It's a very pretty yarn where those softness of the colors just blend together so nicely. And what I like most about this yarn is that they're using the same color tones. You're not getting like a stark gray or maybe a lime green or a color that just pops out. I like the subtleness. I like the softness of how it blends together. Now, this sample was made with a size G6 hook, and I think that I probably could have went up to a size H hook with this yarn. You can see it has great stitch definition. This is the front, and when you turn it over, that's the back. Now, I still have my sample attached to the yarn because I want to use the yarn in a design, so I didn't want to fasten it off. But that is the first sample, and that is color Pink Drink. That's what the yarn looks like, and that's what it looks like worked up. Now, the next color in the Baby Soft Light is this beautiful tangerine orange colors, and this is called Orange Aid, color number 201BJ. And if you're looking at these colorways, they kind of remind me of the Lion brand ice cream cotton blend that was one of my favorite yarns that got discontinued. So if you like those colorways in that yarn, you're going to love these colorways. I have to tell you, they are really, really pretty. So let's go ahead and take a look at my sample. Now, all my samples, I used the same stitch pattern of 1 row of single crochet, 1 row of cross stitch, and I used a size G6 hook on all my samples. So this is the front, and when you turn it over, this is the back. I just love this colorway. Again, the colors are so subtle. It just blends together really nice. Now this one, compared to the pink, it looked like there was only 2 colorways. This like orange and cream, and then a little bit of the dark running through, where the pink sample looked like it had an extra color in it. So both samples are pretty. My favorite is the pink because pink is my favorite color. So that is my second sample. And that was made using the Orange Aid color 201DJ. That's what the yarn looks like on the skein, and this is what it looks like worked up. The next color in the Baby Soft Light is this beautiful color of yellows and like a golden orangish yellow mixed in. And this is color Lemonade, color 200CX. This is what the yarn looks like. Let me grab my sample. And this is what it looks like worked up. So that is the front. And this one again has one that has almost a 3 different color range compared to the orange. I can see that little bit of light, the orange and the yellow. That's the front. And when you turn it over, that's the back. So again, this sample was made using Lemonade color 200CX. That's what the yarn looks like, and that's what it looks like worked up. How about this purple? Isn't that pretty? Those lavender colors. And this is color Grape Juice, color 203CY. Beautiful different shades of purple with a little bit of light mixed with some dark and white. So let me grab my sample. Now this one really blends together. It just has a beautiful blending of the lights, the mediums, and the dark. That's the front. And when you turn it over, that's the back. So again, that sample was made using Grape Juice, color 203CY. That's what the yarn looks like, and this is what it looks like worked up. This next color, look at this beautiful different shades of green. This is color Matcha. I hope I pronounced that correctly. It's color 206CB, and this is what it looks like worked up. I think this has a very pretty look as well. That's the front, and when you turn it over, that's the back. I just think this yarn has a beautiful look for not only items for babies, but maybe crocheted tops, just about anything you want to use it for. Just the way the colors blend together is just so pretty in these colorways. So again, this is what the yarn looks like worked up, and this was made using the color Matcha, color 206CB. That's what the yarn looks like. And this is what it looks like worked up. So here are the 5 color samples that I ordered in, and I worked up samples. Now there is a total of 6 different colorways, and the 6th color, I believe it was called Oreo Cookie. It was more on the lines of a dark brown with cream, and I just didn't think it fit in with these colors because these colors are more on what I prefer to crochet with. I like those bright rainbow colors. Now the only thing I was trying to figure out is why did they not come out with a blue? But I guess the purple is going to have to be my blue if I want to make anything in rainbow colors. But because it is a test yarn, I think they tried to do a variety of what colors they thought would go over good, and hopefully if this yarn does good, they can bring out more colors. So I just want to talk a little bit more about the yarn and my overall opinion. Now, remember, when I do these yarn swatches or I try to do in-depth reviews, remember, it's just my opinion and your opinion may be different than mine. Now, when you read on the label, it says Baby Soft Light, a lighter weight version of your favorite baby yarn. So I just want to compare it to the Baby Soft. So I hope you can see this. I'm going to put it over my hand. They said a lighter version. Now, to me, I thought that the Baby Soft Light was a little plumper and just a tad thicker than the regular Baby Soft yarn. I felt the Baby Soft was thinner, and I thought that the Baby Soft Light was a heavier yarn. Not by much, but to me, it was a thicker yarn than the Baby Soft. Now, does that change my opinion if I would use the yarn or not? No. This is just to give you an idea that to me, it's not a lighter version. It seems to be a little bit more plump. I do believe that the hook size that's recommended on the label should be higher, maybe a G like I used. These samples were made using a size G6. And I think I probably could have went up even to a size H hook, depending on what stitch pattern I was using, because this was very tight and thick. When I used that size G hook, I think it might have had a little bit more drape with the size H hook, but look at these colorways. I thought they were simply beautiful. Now, the negative about this yarn is the price. The price of this skein of yarn is $8.99. I don't like paying full price for any yarn, but I do have good news. Today only is the end of a sale that Lion Brand is having where you can save 30% off any Lion Brand yarns on their website by using the code MEM2330. And I'll put that code across the screen right here. Again, it's MEM, capital letters, 2330. You can save 30% off this yarn so you can try it at the low price of $6.30. I'm going to place an order because I really like this yarn, and at 30% off, I would buy it. Would I pay full price? No, absolutely not. I would wait for a sale. So that is my review of the colorways of the Baby Soft Light. And again, I'll be showing you the wash and dry test at the end of the video. So let's move on to the second new yarn that was released by Lion Brand. So the next new yarn I have laying on top of my other samples next to the Baby Soft Light, because what I liked was they come out with a second yarn that had some of the same colorways almost as the Baby Soft Light, and I really like that. Now the My Boo is a completely different yarn, and I am so excited to show this yarn to you. So I'm just going to move these out of the way and start with the first one. Let's talk a little bit about the yarn. It's called My Boo. Feel this soft, lightweight, thicker yarn with the properties of bamboo. It comes in a 3.5 ounce skein, 100 grams, 98 yards, 90 meters. It is classified as a number 4 medium weight yarn. It is 69% viscose, 31% polyester. You can machine wash gentle, tumble dry low. Now, I'm not sure if I told you this yarn also was machine washable and dryable. Now this yarn, I have to say, is super soft. This is a silky soft yarn. You can just feel the softness, and the yarn has a shine to it. Look at that shine on the yarn. Now, what I liked about this yarn is I thought that it was wound around each other, but it's actually attached. This white section is actually attached in the blue, so you cannot unwind it. It's not going to come apart. So let me see if I can get my fingernails in there and just see if I can pull it apart. It's almost like it's attached to that blue. It's right in there with the blue. Can you see how that white is attached to the blue? I'm tearing this apart, but just the construction of how this was wound together. I'm making a mess of things. I'm sorry. I was trying to show you, if you see how that white is actually intertwined and attached to that blue. So it makes it very easy to work with, and it doesn't come apart if you're using your fingers going back and forth. It stays together. I really like that about how this yarn was constructed. I love the soft feel. Now, it feels like a heavier yarn as you're feeling it. It feels thick, but it's actually very light and airy to work with. It's really strange, but it just has a wonderful feel. It's a thicker number 4. I would say it feels a little thicker than a number 4. It's not a chunky. It is a nice, heavy number 4 weight yarn. Now this colorway is Ocean Waves, color 204AN, and look how this works up. Just the way that white blends with that blue. So this is my first sample, and I just used a double crochet row with a cross double crochet row. Now, it was a little strange because it did feel really lightweight and airy when I was crocheting with it. But once you start making a project, you can feel the weight of this yarn. It is substantial. You can feel that. It almost feels like the weight of a cotton yarn. It has a little bit of weight to it, even though it works up nice, light, and airy. So it's a beautiful colorway. Again, it just has enough of that white color with the blue to make it blend beautiful. This is one of the 4 colors that I ordered in, but there is 12 colors available in this yarn. So I'm just going to put this sample over here next to this one and lay that my boo right there. The next colorway I purchased was this beautiful yellow and white. This golden yellow is called Lemon Swirl, color 202AW. This is what the yarn looks like, and this is my sample. Now, I used the same stitch pattern of a double crochet row with a cross double crochet row. Now, this one, I think that cream color really stands out. This one, you can really see the shine in that yarn. This is so silky soft. If I was sitting on a couch and I wanted to cover up, this is so delightfully soft and silky. Absolutely wonderful feel to this yarn. So that is the front, and when you turn it over, the back's going to look almost the same. And that was the Lemon Swirl. The next colorway is this beautiful orange and white. This one is Salmon. This is color 201CL. Beautiful, what I want to say like a creamsicle coloration. So let's grab the sample, and this is what it looks like worked up. And this one, again, I can see that white shining through, where the blue, it was a little bit harder to see that white. But this, you can definitely see the difference. You can see that shine of that salmon orange color. So just a beautiful colorway. And again, that was color Salmon, color 201CL. The last colorway I ordered in was this beautiful lavender lilac color. And this is lilac, color 210BH. And this is what it looks like on the skein. And this is what it looks like worked up. Now this is more on the same lines as the blue. The white kind of disappears a little bit more with that lavender. You can see it, but it blends together more than the yellow and the orange. So that's the front and that's the back. And again, that was my boo, color lilac, color 210BH. So now the My Boo, again, comes in 12 different colorways, and the My Boo sells for $7.99. The upside is I love the colorways, and I'll put a link in the description box underneath the video. You can check out either or both of these yarns. I'll put different links. It'll take you right to the yarn you want to look at. And the My Boo, you can go check out those other 8 colorways, a total of 12 colors. Now, the positive of this yarn is I enjoyed working with it. It is definitely super soft on your hands as you're crocheting with it. The negative is the price. It is $7.99 for 98 yards, but on the plus side, if you order it when it's on sale, again, this yarn is on sale until tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. This is Memorial Day, so I'm not sure when you're watching this video. You might be watching the video after the sale ends. But if you're lucky enough to get on Lion Brand's website and use the code MEM2330, this yarn would only be $5.59 on sale. And that is, if you wanted to try a skein, my opinion is try a skein, see if you like it before you make a big purchase. Now, sometimes when the yarn is at a really good, extremely good price, then you may want to buy more yarn in order to save that money. Now, Lion Brand does have sales all the time. Now, my suggestion is anytime a new yarn comes out and you think you might want to try it, is make sure you're signing up for their newsletters. That way you are notified by email every time they have a sale. And that way you can always save money on your favorite yarns. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and measure my 2 orange samples, and then I'm going to wash them and dry them, and I'll be right back with the wash and dry test results. So I'm going to go ahead and measure my samples. Now this is the My Boo yarn sample. It measures 10 inches by 5.5 inches. The next sample is the Baby Soft Light, and this sample measures 10.5 inches by 5 inches. So let's go ahead, throw them in the washer and dryer and see what happens. So I just took my samples out of the dryer, so they were machine washed, tumble dried, and I washed them on warm water and I dried them on hot heat. So let's go ahead and take a measurement. This is the My Boo yarn, and before I washed it, it measured 10 inches by 5.5 inches. So after I washed and dried it, it still measures 10 inches by 5.5 inches. So it did not shrink. It remained the same size. Now this is a lacier pattern, so when I took it out of the dryer, I had to smooth it out a little bit. So looking at the sample, you can see it looks exactly the same as it did before I washed and dried it. So this passed the wash and dry test. Let's move on to the second sample. So here is my second sample. I'm just going to straighten it out a little bit. So this is how it come out of the dryer. Now I'm looking at the edges. I'm not seeing any fuzz on this whatsoever. Let me grab the other one. I didn't see any fuzz on this one either after I washed and dried it. So this one had extremely good results. No fuzzing at all. Here's one little fuzz ball right there. That's all I'm seeing. So that is the front. That is the back. Now this sample measured 10.5 inches by 5 inches. So let's go ahead and measure it. It measured 10.5 by 5 inches before I washed it. It measures 10.5 inches by 5 inches. So this sample did not shrink either. So very happy with the wash and dry test. So here again are the colors that I ordered in of the Lion Brand Baby Soft Light and the Lion Brand My Boo. Now these were my preferred colors, but you can check out all the different colorways that Lion Brand has to offer on their website. Now I'll put a special link to each one of these yarns in the description box underneath the video. Now these are affiliate links. I do use affiliate links for the yarn companies that I use a lot of their yarns in my designs. And this way it helps me earn a couple cents on every order that you place in order for me to continue doing my yarn swatch reviews and to help me continue designing. And I appreciate it when you use those affiliate links, and you pay no more than if you place the order without the link. So thank you everyone for stopping by today. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of the crochet fun here on Creative Grandma's channel. So until next time, stay inspired and happy crocheting. Bye everyone.